Does that surprise you? And are you like a curious person who just likes to find out how the world around you operates? Or?
Um, no, it actually doesn't shock me that we're the first to ask. I'm sure that they probably get overlooked all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting off to the side, so I guess no one's really paying them that much attention. And I guess you could say I'm kind of very inquisitive about things like that. And it was just, it's actually, if you just watch, it's actually pretty amazing to see how they can type everything you say so fast and efficiently.
So what else is there anything this week that's caught your attention that you want to know more about? Like what kinds of things catch your eye, and do you investigate?
Well, recently driving over here, I always wondered how they put up those giant cranes and take them down. Because I don't think anyone ever sees that. So I don't know how you get those things up and take them down. But of course, I'm sure there's a way. I just don't know it.
Were you the one asking all the questions about the earthquakes last year too?
Was I?
Yeah.
I mean, I could have been. I was actually in one. I actually enjoyed it though. It was my first earthquake. Good thing that it wasn't like a bad one, just a little tremor. But it was still I think it was a good time.
Were you on the Canada trip?
I was.
Was the visit to Niagara Falls memorable?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it was first time there. I guess it's a national landmark or waterfall, I guess you could say, to go look at. It was a great time spending with the team and the other guys within the organization.
Can you give an example of a way a trip like that can be a real bonding experience? I'm sure you guys had funny stories that you still bust each other's chops over, but can you just give an example of how that does help in the bonding process?
It helps because it just allows us to be with one another, not necessarily with basketball all the time. It's just us hanging out, and you get to, what ticks people off, their likes and dislikes about things, and you kind of just grow closer together as teammates.
What ticks Frank off?
I don't know. I mean, what takes Frank off? I guess everything and nothing at the same time. Like, I guess he picks and chooses when he wants to become agitated about things, and then there's other times where he's just whatever.
Thank you.
Who do you have to tread lightly around?
No one really. I think
they all like what you do.
Yeah, we're all pretty open with one another. We all have a good time with one another.
How is this team able to balance the fun of being out here with the business of trying to get back to the Final Four?
I mean, I don't know how we do it. We just do it, I guess. We just know that there's a time and a place for our fun and joking, and there's a time where we need to focus on the task at hand.
And as far as this whole entourage mania that seems to be sweeping the team, who started it and why do you?
Well, not all of us are familiar with Entourage, but Frank is definitely one of the guys that has watched it, and he loves it, and he's excited to be viewing the movie tonight. There's a couple other guys like Shoei. He's watched episodes, but I guess we're just excited to have the opportunity to see something before the rest of the world.
You have a pretty good entourage following you too, with NFL quarterbacks and former Badgers in the pros. I mean, what is it? What is it like to have that kind of following? And do those guys offer their vocal support to you in terms of giving you advice on how to handle situations like this?
I haven't really talked to any of them personally like that, but I guess it's fine to have them there. I mean, we could still go out and do what we did if Aaron Rodgers was a North Carolina fan that game. So, I guess it's still just nice though to have what we call a celebrity there.
Nigel, speaking of bonding, tell me how you all came to go karting last week.
Oh, well, we got to Omaha, and we had some free time before we had to get into our media roles and whatnot the next day. So we were asking the guys at dinner, is there anything we wanted to do? Because we really we hang out, but we haven't really went anywhere and did anything together.
Mm-hmm.
So we was just wanting to take this time since we were had that extra time to go, and then we were asking one of the ladies, what do you recommend to do, and she brought up go-karting, and off we went.
What was that like? Who was the best driver and who was the worst?
The best drivers were Shoei and I, and the worst were Duye and Riley.